Hello, everyone. Leandria Johnson, the powerhouse gospel singer whose raw, unfiltered voice and testimony have inspired millions, has never been one to shy away from telling her truth. But her latest revelation has sent shockwaves through the church world as she publicly named and described in heartbreaking detail the 5 pastors who she claims deeply betrayed her trust, painting a vivid picture of manipulation, exploitation, and the kind of behind-the-scenes church politics that many would rather keep hidden. In this deeply personal and emotionally charged account, Leandria begins by taking viewers back to the early days of her rise after winning Sunday Best, when doors began to open quickly, and she found herself surrounded by influential figures who promised spiritual guidance, financial wisdom, and ministry opportunities, but who, she says, had ulterior motives from the start. She recalls the first pastor, a well-known televangelist who offered to mentor her, but soon began pressuring her to tailor her testimony to fit a marketable image, even urging her to downplay the real struggles with alcohol, divorce, and doubt that were part of her powerful story, a move that she says left her feeling silenced and stripped of authenticity. The second pastor, according to Leandria, was a close family friend who she trusted implicitly, but who allegedly mishandled thousands of dollars raised during a benefit concert meant to help her through a difficult season, money that never reached her hands. The third was a charismatic bishop who she says played a dangerous game of control, inviting her to headline major conferences only to manipulate her behind the scenes with threats that, if she didn't align with his theological stance publicly, her bookings in that denomination would vanish overnight. The fourth pastor was a young, rising star in ministry circles who she considered a peer, but who she claims spread false rumors about her personal life to distance himself from her when her name became attached to controversy, using her struggles as a stepping stone for his own image. And perhaps the most painful, the fifth pastor, someone who Leandria once referred to as a spiritual father, allegedly used her vulnerability during a season of depression to gain access to private details about her life, details that later surfaced in gossip blogs and church whispers, eroding not only her trust in him, but also her ability to fully open up to anyone in ministry again. Through tearful moments and passionate bursts of righteous anger, Leandria reflects on how these betrayals left deep scars, but also on the lessons she's learned, that spiritual titles do not guarantee integrity, that discernment must be stronger than desire for acceptance, and that sometimes God allows betrayal to reveal where our ultimate trust should lie. She also calls out the dangerous culture of celebrity worship in the church, where powerful pastors can operate without accountability, while the wounded are told to stay silent for the sake of the ministry. Yet, in true Leandria fashion, she refuses to end on bitterness, sharing that though these 5 leaders caused her immense pain, they also drove her to a deeper, more personal relationship with God, one not mediated by human approval. She encourages her audience, especially those hurt by leaders, to remember that their faith should never be tied to flawed individuals, and she vows to keep using her platform not just to sing songs that move people to tears, but to expose hypocrisy, speak for the voiceless, and fight for a church that matches the love and truth it preaches, a vow that, judging by the raw power of her confession, she fully intends to keep no matter who tries to silence her next. Thanks for watching.